July angel energy forecast and angelic transmission for all of the things we're going to be experiencing, thinking, feeling, and going through in the collective, and just some general insights that the angels want us to know and give us a little bit of heads up on so we can grow and be aligned with our highest path and moving forward. Okay, so getting started, what I always love to do is just go over the main themes really quickly, and then we'll break each one down. This month's message came straight to us from Archangel Metatron and another angel he is working with named Angel Celeste. And both of them are working together in tandem to really bring forth a lot of changes and transformation on Earth at this time. So Metatron has been stepping forward quite a lot recently for a lot of us in the collective. Okay, so 3 major themes. First one is an energetic gateway that we're going to be experiencing that will last approximately for a month from July 7th and 8th to all the way to August 8th. And we'll talk about what that means and how that works for us. And in that energy portal, we have a lot of opportunity to do some manifesting. The second theme, and you're going to see me looking down a lot because when I'm doing a lot of my channeling and card pulls and just intuitive writing, I write everything down in notes, and that's how I convey the information to you. So number 2 is balance. In these energetic shifts that we're going to be experiencing in the portal that we just talked about, there's going to be an increased need for grounding and finding balance in your life and gaining balance through clarity. And we'll talk about all what that means. And the third one is becoming more aligned with your divine I am presence and really just centering deep within yourself, listening to your internal guidance, your internal messages, and your own discernment, and using that as your guide and trusting what you receive from your own intuition. So, a lot to think about this month. Okay, so let's dig in. When Archangel Metatron came forward in a channeling for me regarding the energy in July, it was made very clear that July is going to be a very high energetic month, both in terms of intensity, fluctuations that we're going to be feeling, and also the span of time, the fact that it's going to be like a 30-day span between the 8th of July and the 8th of August. Now, many of you might be aware of, we have what's called the 7-7 portal in July and the 8-8 Lion's Gate, which is often referred to in the astrological community in August. These are more signposts or markers for us. So it does have a lot of numerological tie-in and significance between the 8 and the 8, which isn't really all that surprising. When I was communicating with Archangel Metatron, he comes forward with this massive, really high vibrational, intense energy that just exudes this dynamic sense of wisdom that is really connected to, like when you think of sacred geometry and mathematics and how that connects. He was bringing forward this energy of what the 8 means. It's pretty significant for us this year because numerologically speaking, we are in what's called an 8 year, which has a lot to do with forward movement and expansion and doing all of the things. It's a very active year for moving forward and a lot of force and energy towards your goals. So 8 numerologically also has to do with balance, because when you take a number 8 and you turn it on its side, it becomes an infinity sign. It's a symmetrically balanced number, and it also means like cycles of life, birth and death. It can mean, play versus work. So there's a lot of like duality concepts when you're talking about what an 8 means in terms of balance. And we're going to get into the whole other theme of balance in just a minute. But when we're talking about this energy gateway and what this is going to do for us, is it's going to be, first of all, it's going to be coming in waves. So it's not like all at once, but it's going to be coming in waves. So there's going to be days where you're going to feel very energetically heightened. You're going to feel like the world is at your fingertips and you're ready to take on the world and do all the things, and you're inspired and creative and you want to push forward and have all of this momentum and action towards your goals. But then on the other side of that, you're also going to have days where you feel kind of drug out and tired and more sullen and introverted, and days where you don't really feel motivated to do much of anything. And that is part and parcel of what the 8 is, right? Because there's that duality and balance to it, but it's also because of the way the energy just works with our body's energy. And we're all learning how to integrate and balance all of these new waves of energy that are coming in for us. And part of doing that is it's being given to us in waves. It can't come all at once. So it is for our benefit on so many different levels. And when you can see all of the layers of how the divine is helping us transform, it's really, really incredible and magical. So you have this coalescence of spirituality, numerology, angel messages, science, when you bring in like the astrological significance and the 8 and the 8, just all of the things working together to coalesce to create this pretty dynamic, energetic gateway for us. So what does this mean for us, both on a personal and a larger scale? Well, this energy is really a wonderful time to get into some serious manifestation. The angels were talking a lot about how we as humans have a powerful, powerful gift of co-creation with the universe. It's just a part of who we are. And we're co-creating and we're manifesting all the time, even if we don't realize it. So they're kind of using this energy portal as a way to help us realize how powerful our ability is to envision and manifest our future through using our third eye chakra. So they're talking about visualization. And what does that mean? What is that? So visualization is a powerful tool for manifestation. It's where you're closing your eyes and you're really envisioning in your mind, in your third eye, what your future would look like if you were aligned to your highest and best future, your most 5D world, your highest timeline, what you really wanted the world to look like for both you personally and outwardly, globally in your community as well. What would you want that to look like? So really getting very clear. And it isn't about the pie in the sky idea, right? It's about what makes the most sense for you and where you are right now and where you really want to see yourself move forward in the near future. So getting really clear with that and visualization using your third eye chakra is going to be a very powerful tool in this gateway for you, and putting forth that energy, what you want and what you're looking to call back to you. Because that's the other part of what this infinity sign means. It's not just balance, it's also whatever you put out comes back to you. And that's a really key important point. So this is a really important message from the angels, giving us a highlight to let us know that this 8-8 portal, this beginning 8, ending on 8, is really here for us to just sit in that embodiment of what it means to envision our future and how we can use this energy to co-create with the universe. Okay, so with this powerful and rapid transformation, you're going to see a lot of that topsy-turvy energy also coming through, because there's going to be a lot of shifting and moving. That's the thing about when we talk about timeline shifts and all the things, quantum physics, it can feel like just way out there and like too much to even think about. So try to picture it like pieces moving on a chessboard. When you have all of this energy shifting and things are moving, it can feel very, very unsettling. And so the next biggest theme that Spirit is asking us to tap into is balance. So the angels wanted us to be really cognizant this month over the theme of balance in our lives. Both balance inwardly with what we choose to put in our bodies, like the food that we eat, making sure that we're balancing our nutrition, balance in terms of how we use our time with work versus play, balance with giving and receiving, making enough time for yourself, making sure that you have balance in all aspects of your life, and really just looking for places that you can be very mindful with how you can balance things out for yourself, and places where things might be out of alignment and out of balance for you, and trying to bring more balance into those areas. So they were talking a lot about how these energetic shifts and waves coming in can feel very topsy-turvy, like we said, right? And the way that we can mitigate some of that so that as we're going through these shifts over the next month is really looking towards some good habits that we can do to create that stability and balance for ourselves. So the 8 is really asking us to really get deep and think about how we're not sacrificing too much in this forward momentum of the 8 year. We're not sacrificing so much to achieve those goals. And that's where the balance comes in. So when you have the 8 turned upward, it's really about the forward momentum and striving to achieve everything. It can get a little sticky if you're depending too much on force and will. Because what the universe really is asking us to do, and the angels are asking us to do, is to turn that 8 on its side and to create that unification, that give and take, that exchange with the universe that creates that continuous flow back and forth. So it's really working with the energies instead of trying to force the energies. I hope that all makes sense for all of you. The other aspect of this that was brought up a few times is around how do others react in these situations too? Because you're hearing this message, you're connecting with your angels and your guides, you might be doing the work for grounding, you might understand how energy works and how to really ground yourself and get comfy and cozy in these crazy times. But there might be people around you who don't, that might be reacting in very unstable ways. They might not quite understand what's going on. And so you might see heightened emotions. You might see more conflict. You might see people being very, very reactive to things in these situations. So just being really mindful too of what's going on around you. How are your loved ones managing these energy shifts? And is there any wisdom or insight that you can bring into this situation? How you can be sort of the lighthouse as it is, to bring some enlightenment, some angel energy, some of your own divine wisdom to people around you who might not quite understand or know what to do in these changing times, in these changing shifts. And another aspect of this, of course, is always not getting caught up in the fray and not getting caught up in the drama, because you might be seeing other people's voices getting really loud as the force and the will is moving forward and they're out of alignment or out of balance. And our job is to stay out of that and to stay in our own centeredness, right? So not getting drawn into the duality, not getting drawn into the drama and all of the stuff that might be going on in the world that we have no control over. Okay, so how do we work with these energies to find the balance that we need? Well, one of the things that kept coming to my mind's eye when I was channeling this information was our connectedness to nature. And Spirit keeps bringing back these messages for us time and time again, because they really want us to understand a lot of what we need to do is detach from our devices, detach from our cell phones, from our computers, from our TV, and really step away and get outside and get into nature, because there is so much out there waiting for us that can really help us, not only ground us and make us feel more connected, but also heighten our senses and allow our spiritual gifts to grow and expand. So one of the things they were bringing forward is when you're out in nature, being very, very present in the moment, and how going outside without a book in hand, without a podcast in your ear, without someone talking at you, just going outside alone even, and taking a few minutes to really just ground and connect. Let your feet feel the ground, close your eyes, listen to the sound. What does the air smell like? What sounds do you hear around you? What does the breeze feel like on your face? Like really getting close to nature by diving into all of the senses. And how can you see and hear and feel and sense nature on a deeper level? And allowing that in your being, because that is where you can really find those golden nuggets of spirituality that are held within Gaia's energy and all that surrounds us all the time. There's so much wisdom there to be learned, and you can't really feel it, and you can't really gain those deep insights and wisdom through nature if we're always occupied mentally through other things that are coming around us. So getting out in nature, really feeling centered on the moment, paying attention to everything that's around you through your senses. And the other part they brought up with that, they were showing me this vision of how we oftentimes will travel in the summer. And when we go to these different places, they want us to feel very connected to wherever it is we go. So when we step out of the car, when we step out of the airplane, or however you travel, and your feet hit the ground, take a few moments to really notice how that location is really unique and divine and different from a location that you were previously at. And developing this deeper sense and deeper awareness of your surroundings is not only going to help you just feel more magically present in the moment, but it's also going to help expand your experience of the universe and help you stay closer to that 5D energy that you're looking to encapsulate in your life. So, finding spirituality in all the different places that you visit and the wonders that they hold for you, but then also spirituality in nature in the moment. So those moments that you're watching a sunset, or you're sitting by the campfire with family and friends, or you're just listening to the rustles of the trees and the animals scampering through the woods, or even just brushing your hand along beach grass or listening to the waves in the ocean. All of those moments that we experience all are very divine spiritual experiences. And they want us to, again, just sit in those moments and really soak it all in, because those are magical parts or places that we can take our being. Okay, and the other aspect of that is they were talking about a couple of things. Number one, anchoring your energy into Gaia. And then number two, really learning how your chakras work. So this is all a part of finding balance. So when you're out in nature and you have been experiencing these energetic waves, it really is very helpful to just imagine the extra energy that is within you being transferred down into the earth. So taking a minute, putting your bare feet on the ground or sitting on the ground, and really envisioning that energy just flowing out from you and into Gaia, and helping really anchor your energy down into the earth to help draw away all of that excess buildup that might be in your system. If you've never tried it, it's a very quick and easy way to get yourself grounded and centered. The second part is understanding what chakras are and how your chakra energy centers work. I'm going to be doing a whole series over the next few months on all of the energy centers in your chakras. And it's really the angels who brought this to me. And it's really interesting that I'm beginning to see this same theme pop up in a lot of places. A lot of people who do channeling energy or do mediumship or do these types of readings have been bringing up this theme around chakras. And I think you're going to see a lot of that going on over the next month or two, because the deep message is here. As if you do not have any current knowledge around how your chakras work within your body, this is the time. You are deeply going to need to understand how your energy centers work and how to balance and clear your chakras moving forward. This is go time. So this is a little bit of homework from the angels. If you don't quite understand what chakras are, if you don't know how to manage them or how to work with them, Spirit is giving you a little bit of advice here, a little bit of homework for this next month to start start investing some time and some training and watching some videos or reading some books about what the chakras are and how to work with them, because that is going to help you really moving forward in all of these changes that we're going to be experiencing. Okay, so moving on, the third theme is all about your divine I am presence. And this is deeply connected to both your crown and your heart chakra, and how those crown and the heart chakras interact and work with each other for you to really feel how you're deeply connected to divine source energy and how you hold divine source energy within your being. So the crown chakra helps you connect and to really sense the upper wisdom coming from not only your angels, your guides, your higher self, but also just feel deeply connected to the spiritual world. And your heart chakra is where you really hold that gateway or portal to the divine presence that resides within you. So those two chakras are going to be very, very good for you to work with in this next month to understand how to find that divine presence within you, how to go within or tap in, as they say, to get really connected to your inner seat of your own soul. So one of the things that they were showing me as they were communicating this beautiful message about our divine connection to the universe was like your body as a candle and your divine soul is like the flame of the candle. So if that helps you in visualization when you're sitting there and you're closing your eyes and you're thinking about where do you find your divinity within you, to really view it as a candle flame and to see if you can control that candle flame. Can you make it smaller? Can you make it flicker? Can you make it larger? Can you make it change color even? And imagine that candle flame just sort of going throughout your entire body and lighting your whole entire body within. It's just a beautiful and energetic visualization and a wonderful way to feel connected to your divine self. So part of this message also is really about trusting. And the angels want us to really understand that we're receiving messages all the time. We're receiving messages from our higher self, we're receiving messages from our angels and our guides, and it comes through our intuition and our intuitive inner divine voice. So what they want us to do is really learn how to get comfortable in our relationship in trusting that intuition, that we have to really start to see our best advice as coming from within us. And that's about taking authority and sovereignty over your own divine I am. So really going inward, looking in to find those divine wisdom pieces within yourself. Sometimes it might be just even simple as looking within and saying, okay, soul, what do I really need to hear today? Or, okay, soul, what does my body really need to feel nourished today? And taking those quiet moments of inner reflection to get that biological feedback from yourself and your wisdom within. The other part that I thought was really beautiful of this message is they were talking about heart-centeredness. So when you take those moments to go in and to give yourself that love and that trust of hearing your own divine inner wisdom and feeling that connection, giving yourself that self-kindness and self-love is what it does is it starts to bubble up within you. All of that kindness and attention and love that you're giving your own divine soul starts to ripple out around you. And so it has an effect on other people in your life because that energy will naturally bubble up and you'll start to give more of it to others even without you realizing it when you're in their presence. So letting that beautiful divine self energy radiate from within you out around you towards others as well. Well, that's a lot for the month of July. And I wanted to give you just a quick reminder that we talked a lot about chakras just within this video itself. When we talked about connecting and transforming at the beginning, we were talking about using your crown chakra and your third eye chakra, both for manifestation and visualization. And then when we were talking about balance, a lot of that has to do with your lower chakras, especially your root chakra for finding balance. And then we talked about, again, the crown chakra and the heart chakra for really connecting to your divine presence. So all of that chakra work is going to pay off for you. There's a reason why we have this universal language around chakras and energy, is because it's universally very, very helpful for us to know. So I hope that you can work with those chakra energies to become more comfortable with them, maybe even doing some self-education if you feel like that would be useful for you. And then also using crystals in your daily practice. So if you're not really familiar with crystal energy, I might be putting out another video at some point specifically just about crystals that I love to work with. But for this month of July and all the themes and energies that we're going to be dealing with, the crystals that came through for me intuitively were clear quartz and selenite, which are wonderful for gaining clarity in your life and just staying centered and being able to see a clear path for yourself. Selenite is also really good for clearing energy. So if you have a selenite wand or anything, a selenite stone that you like to use, just sitting with selenite in meditation can really help both connect you to your higher presence or your higher self, but it can also clear your energy centers. So a lot of people that do Reiki or energy work use selenite in their practice. And it's a wonderful crystal to begin with if you've never done any crystal work at all. And the same thing with clear quartz, because clear quartz just has a very clear vibration to it, hence the name clear quartz. And it is a very easy stone to get comfortable working with. And it also has it's a very diverse stone. It can do a lot of things, and a lot of it has to do with your intention. So clear quartz is another great stone to work with. The other couple ones that came through are rose quartz, which is a more opaque and rosy version of clear quartz. That's very connected to your heart chakra, and also will help you feel that love and kindness and that divine I am presence. It also has a very soothing effect on the body. So if you like working with stones that are very soft and soothing, rose quartz is a wonderful stone to help you do that, to bring in that self-love, but also that very calming and soothing energy that we're going to need on these very energetic times. The other two that came through loud and clear were blue lace agate and moss agate. And again, those stones are excellent for connecting to the world around you, but also calming your body down and centering it. And surprisingly, they're great with manifestation too. So really bringing in all of those different things that you can utilize to ground your energy and center yourself will only keep your practice more aligned and keep you feeling great in these very energetic days that we have moving forward ahead of us. So I would love to hear your feedback on this video. If you found it helpful, please like or share it so other people can receive the message as well. That's the best way that you can help new channels like myself move around and get more viewers. And then leave me comments, give me feedback. I love hearing from people and anything that we can do to get connected. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again.
If you would like to connect with your team in spirit, your angels, and your guides, and find out what amazing messages they might have for you, I am now booking private readings for July and August. Links below, or head on over to Instagram, Conversations with Spirit.